Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Soccer and joined by head coach Greg Henson. And Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Good to be back. Thank you.
Obviously, great to be back on the field. I know for your team, a young team, but off to a great start. Got a big win here in your most recent game.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to get back in the win column for sure after a couple tough close defeats to start the year off, and we are a young group. You know, we've got a lot of young players, logging a lot of big minutes, but I think we've seen some really good growth from game 1 to game 2, game 2 to game 3, and if we can continue to grow at that rate, we're going to be a good team and a tough out at the end of the season.
Obviously, took on Maryville, Ashland, Walsh, all three regional teams, and the type of competition that prepares you well for the start of GLIAC play this coming week.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of what we built it up as, right? We wanted to test ourselves early and really kind of see where our strengths lies, the weaknesses that we needed to try to address, heading into the conference play, and as I'm sure we'll talk about, we got a tough one to start. So we start right off the bat with the defending national champs on Friday, and so there's no easing into the conference season this year.
As we go to the highlights of this past weekend, Friday against Ashland, a team that went to the NCAA tournament a year ago, and obviously nice to be back at home here after a couple road trips. You got one game in, one game that was not played, but 2 road trips to start the year.
Yeah, we got a chance to spend a little bit of time down in St. Louis, so I got a chance to take the team back to my hometown and spend some time down there and do some of the touristy things and some team bonding along the way. And from that aspect, it was a great trip. We would have much rather gotten a result when we were down there, but all in all, it was a good trip. And back home, and I thought, we really played well against Ashland. Unfortunate not to be able to find the back of the net and come on the wrong end of the result, but overall, again, from just progression from game 1 to game 2 was very good.
Obviously, we talked about the team being young, especially on the backside, on the defensive end, where you've got a couple freshmen right there in front of the goal.
Yeah, so we went from, a year ago, 2 fifth-year seniors at center back, and this year we got 2 true freshmen at center back, and they've really answered the call, and they're doing a great job. And we're trying to, with some of our veteran leadership around them, help them to grow into those roles and maybe make up for potentially some of those freshman mistakes that are natural to come. But so far, so good. They're doing well, and we expect big things out of them.
Obviously, here against Ashland, no score at halftime. They'll get a big goal here early on in the second half, and one of those games where goals were kind of hard to come by. Yeah,
both teams did a good job of holding possession, and we did a really nice job of keeping it. Really one mistake in this game where we didn't do well defending the throw in deep in our own end and unable to win the header, and they were able to knock the loose ball into the back of the net. But besides that, it was a great defensive effort from us. Like I said, I thought we did a good job for the most part throughout the match of keeping possession and kind of holding them at bay. And again, the game against Ashland where we had issues was just in the final third. We were able to connect in the final third and create goal scoring opportunities.
Obviously, that was game 1 of the weekend, game 2 against Walsh, and this type of weekend that you'll see in conference play where you're playing Friday, Sunday will really help prepare you for the conference race.
Yeah, so I mean, from here on out, it's Friday, Sunday all the way through, and that's just the D2's college schedule. So it makes it tough. Sunday games get to be a little tough on the legs, but I think our players, it's the first time we've got to do it yet. Because of the game that got postponed, as you mentioned. So it was really, for some of our young players, the first time that they got a chance to experience that quick turnaround. And I thought our players really answered the bell well. Came out, again, great energy, possessing the ball well. And this is the game where we actually started to click a little bit better in the final third. Created a lot of chances, scored on 2. Probably would have liked to have a few more, but just nice to get in the win column and get a shutout.
Obviously, speaking of the shutout, did not allow a shot on goal here in this contest.
Yeah, defensively we were stout and very hard to break down. Izzy Zamborini with her first goal of the year and a great strike here to get us going. And I think that just kind of took a little bit. A lot of our players take a deep breath collectively and just go from there. And then we scored another one. This might be it here from Izzy where, it's the run off the ball from Avery that causes the goalkeeper to deal with the cross rather than a shot. And it deflects into that, and we'll take them any way we can get them at this young part of the season.
Obviously young on the backside, but maybe talk about the veteran experience you do have, players like Izzy Zamborini, Nikki May, and what that veteran experience means with a young team.
Yeah, so we got young players, as I mentioned, but we've got several fifth-year seniors. And Izzy Zamborini, as you mentioned up front for us, is our number 9, our center forward. It's going to create a lot of the goal scoring opportunities for us, either for herself or creating for others. Nikki May at right back, another fifth-year senior. Both are transfers, both Division I transfers for us that provide a lot of veteran leadership and have been in big game moments. You know, other captains we got, Jesse Bandick, Carissa Caribou, Katie Nestico, Peyton Price, a couple of them coming back from injury and illness that haven't been available all season for us so far. But they're all going to provide us with veteran leadership. They've been in big games. They're going to help that freshman class grow and mature, hopefully grow and mature a little bit beyond their years so that we can get them where we need them to be. Grace Pratt, another one of those freshmen that's having a great season with the sitter right there that I know she would love to have back. So.
You get the 2-0 win over Walsh. Nice win as you get ready to start conference play. And you mentioned it earlier, Grand Valley State, you get them in the conference opener right here at home coming up on Friday.
Yeah, so it's always a good test and a rivalry game, and we expect it to be a fun contest, tough contest, physical contest on Friday. Both of us open up the conference season. And so, you know, we look for a great outing, and hopefully we'll get a good showing from the fan base to come out and support the ladies as we take on, like I said, the defending national champs. So last time we played them, we got the best of them. I know that they're hungry for a rematch and to settle that score, and I think we'll be ready to go. Obviously, as you start conference play, each and every game going to be important to deciding the conference race position for the conference tournament coming up at the end of the year. Yeah, so when I talked to the players today in our team meeting, you know, now that conference starts, it's all about points. So 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie. So we got 6 points on the line every weekend. Obviously, we want to come away with 6. But, you know, it's important that we come away with points out of every match. And so, you know, it's kind of the goal 6. We'll settle for 4. We can't come away with less than that. So that's kind of what our mindset going into it is in order to put ourselves in a position to contend for the conference title, contend for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And that's the things that we want to do. Obviously, coming up after the Grand Valley match on Sunday, you've got Davenport and a chance to honor your GLIAC championship teams starting about an hour before kickoff. Yeah, so we moved that up to about an hour before. Davenport's a much improved squad, so it's going to be a difficult test for us coming off the heels of Grand Valley. With some of the conference shakeup that we've had, it's kind of shifted travel partners around a little bit. So we kind of have some different combinations of teams a little bit in there. But we'll have a tough second game on the weekend. And an hour before kickoff at noon, we'll honor both the spring 2021 team for their regular season GLIAC championship, and then the fall 2021 team for their GLIAC tournament championship. And it's neat to be able to honor both those teams. It's the first 2 conference championship teams in program history. We got a lot of those alums coming back to be honored during the ceremony, and it's just a great opportunity for our program to celebrate its success over the past few years. Well, Coach, congrats on the win, and best of luck with the 2 matchups this weekend. Thank you. That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. A reminder, you can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Don't forget, this week, it's Bulldog Soccer, volleyball, and cross country, all right here at home in Big Rapids. Thanks for tuning in to Ferris Sports Update.